breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to appear. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, and if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Well, there'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here at Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
Good morning, world. What's up? It's Monday. I think everything's working. I even have a dog on my lap. We were able to bring the boys home. So exciting for all you dog lovers. They don't come to see me. They come to see you, Louie. So how's everybody doing on this Monday morning? Waiting on the rain in Florida, are we? Oh, you always yawn when I start talking. What's up with that? So we got our Brew Crewers going on. Good morning, Miss Brew Crewers. What's up, Miss Mary? Hey, first time in the chat. Hey, it takes a long time to figure it out, but it's easy after a while. Brian Russell, staying inside. That's a good idea, man. Lorena, good morning. Stephanie, good morning. Cocoa Beach, hot, hot, hot. Well, we got some weather to talk about. We're going to talk about this rain that's all been hyped up. Hype and rain. Oh, Louie, she doesn't have anything for you. Sarah's eating Chick-fil-A, so he thinks he's going to find something on the floor. Amanda Taylor, good morning. Louie, he's your favorite, I assume. Yeah, we had rain this morning, David, over there. Yep. We got a little radar action going on. There's actually some rain coming in. I'm going to show you in West Central Florida. Marginal risk today, Morgan. Yeah, cold front coming down. We're going to talk about that too. So, tropics are quiet. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to try to... Louie, enough. He's so excited. He thinks there's Chick-fil-A on the floor. He just won't stop looking at Sarah. She's not going to drop you anything, buddy. I promise. So we're going to be live 4 days this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We got to go out of town Friday. So unless something happens in the tropics, we will be 4 days in a row. Can you believe it? Getting into the season. Did you know that this is the slowest start ever in the last 10 years for the tropical season? 10 years. The slowest start of hurricane season in 10 years. Unbelievable. What does that mean? Nothing. It just means that tropics hasn't started yet. But anyway, our Daily Brew, we love doing this. We're chatting daily. We're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. And we'll be doing these little 1-minute quickies I've been doing a lot more of. You can watch from one of them here in a little bit. Brought to you by our good friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. I'm going to let Louie down because he's very hyper and he's going to go over there and lick the floor now. Go lick the floor. He wants biscuit crumbs. Oh my goodness. All right, let's look at the radar. Let's pull up the old radar. Where the hell is the radar? Right here. Let's leave this up while we say hello. So, hey, this morning, how many of y'all are in South Carolina? We had a little storm system passing through the night. Kind of sneaky little storms went through the northern part of South Carolina, a little bit in the Outer Banks, maybe touching it right now. But that is exiting. It was pretty stormy this morning through Myrtle Beach. Had some big, heavy rain. Got more coming later we're going to talk about for that area. Yeah, it's too hot for hurricanes. That's right. Now you got Hunter licking the floor now, too. They're on biscuit duty. Chicken biscuit duty. Oh, hey, look at Tampa Detroit line. You the man. Louie, you just got a Chick-fil-A sponsor. Emily's credit card went over budget this weekend. I got my text alert, so I go online to make sure nothing's fraudulent on there, right? It's Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right, we're going to say hi for a few minutes here. Good morning, Adam over there from Lauderdale. Richard Reamer, good morning. Amber from Milton, Florida. Hey, we got another Milton, Florida person there, Morgan, over on YouTube. Chad from Melbourne, used to be old galley. Port St. Lucie from Mr. Michael there. John R., what's up? Cake from Navarre. Front desk from Pensacola. Front desk, where are you front desking? Too hot for anything. It was hot, let me tell you. You're welcome, Jennifer. Good morning. It was hot. You know, people get mad. What's up, Kiki? Thank you, Travis West. We love you too, man. Crystal River, Rachel. What's up? Jason from Arkansas. You know, when I post it's hot, I get a lot of grief, you know, like, oh, yeah, it's Florida, what do you expect? Well, first off, I consider this. If you're a native Floridian, you can say it's hot. Maybe it's because we're getting older. I don't know. Depends on how much beer, maybe the night before, too, you know. What's up, Miss Katie Haley? How you doing? Yeah, Jeannie getting some Eastern Carolina, getting some rain right now, this morning. There it is. That's the radar. Jan Wolf from Madeira Beach. Hanging out at the softball field there a lot. Debbie from Holiday. Lived in Holiday there for a little bit. Joe from Homestead. Home of NASCAR and Hurricane Andrew. Hey from Cross City. Been through there a bunch. You all had the best displays in Cross City, by the way. The flags. I think we drove through there on Memorial Day. And, man, the city streets were lined up. It was beautiful. Beautiful sight. I think it was Cross City. Sherry from Sarasota. Time is going to start later tonight for the South, but the big stuff's coming in the morning. We're going to show you that. So what I'm going to talk about here is the storms today. Big rains on the way, and then a little bit of tropics talk at the end because there are some signs still showing tropics next week in that Gulf of Mexico. Nothing imminent, if that's a word or not. I don't know if it's imminent, so. James, you're right. If they don't spend if they steal your credit card, but they don't really spend a lot, you never notice. Gas is gas. But Julie has a Tesla, so if we have more gas bills and something's fishy, right? That's right, Jason. Oh my God, 7-pound bag of ice. You know, you're gonna go sing. You can be quiet. No, not yet. Wait till I'm done. Sarah loves to sing. She's so loud. Yeah, the 7-pound bag was not meant to start any like political debates or hate. All it was I had to buy 2 bags because the 7-pound bag wasn't enough for my cooler. And I get frustrated because when we go out on the boat, 7 pounds not enough. 14 is a little too much. So I'm always laughing. I'm like, what happened to our 10-pound bag, guys? And I didn't know that it was a food. I tried eating it all day, but I was still hungry. Mary from U.S. Virgin Islands, you got a bunch of dust over you. Guess what, Mary? That means it's not a lot of rains down in the Caribbean right now. We have some dust. All right, let's talk about the weather real quick, then I'm going to say hi. All right, so first off, look at this graphic all time, 8 o'clock in the morning, Eastern. Well, now it's 7:19. I don't know. They just put it up whenever now. But anyway, this thing gets updated 4 times a day, and we don't have anything towards the next week. So this is pretty much 7 days. So they don't expect anything to form in the next 7 days. Doesn't mean we won't get a circle, maybe for next week. But as of now, tropics are quiet. Slowest start to the tropical season in 10 years. 10 years. All right, storms today real quick. Let me refresh this. This is your Storm Prediction Center map today. Remember what happened in only green level number 1 last week in Maryland and Michigan. So never take your eyes off these Storm Prediction Center maps. Don't think, oh, it's only number 1, because we've seen strong storms in number 1. But later today, I posted a lightning map earlier, but we're supposed to get another round of storms this afternoon across a big part of Georgia there and into South Carolina some. So pay attention there. This is today. We've got a frontal line coming down. This is going to be the same frontal line that sticks around Florida for several days and brings up a lot of moisture. So that's happening today. Tornado chances are not 0. This is the same outlook that we saw in Maryland last week. So just keep your eye open. They're talking about, later day storms developing, sea breeze collisions. So there you go. Big part of the south there for later today. So keep your eye open on that. All right, so we got this posted last week. I didn't share it Thursday. We had a brand new drought map. It's kind of crazy how Mother Nature, I always said this, at least living in Florida, in the South, Mother Nature has a way of evening things out. So this is almost exactly where that rain is coming this week. So this is your drought. D2 is heavy drought, severe in the orange. Brown all the way up now, D1. So crazy to think that Mother Nature is going to hopefully erase that drought map. I'm going to show you all the latest here. Oklahoma was pretty cool. Ashley, it was flat. I liked it. I love driving through the small towns. Every town had a downtown with some old buildings and bricks and wide roads. It's really neat. Really neat. I love the countryside up there. It's very flat. You can see for long, miles and miles and miles. I thought that was pretty cool. Totally different. I love the grass there too. It's totally different than home. It's that soft kind of grass that you see up north too. So that was kind of neat. It always reminds you that you're in a different area, Oklahoma. I guess because it's more cold tolerant. But yeah, it was cool. We got to see some pretty intense lightning storms. All right. What's up, Keisha from Kingston? We're going to talk about Jamaica. I think you guys have a big dust plume overhead right now. Waiting on the rain, Jason. Heck yeah. Saharan dust. Well, ricochet, not really. The Saharan dust definitely controls the Atlantic, but we don't get normally. Most of your normal startup systems in this time of year are in the Gulf, eastern seaboard of the U.S., or down in the Western Caribbean from old fronts. And sometimes we get crossover energy that comes up from the Pacific. So usually the Saharan dust is very normal this time of year. We don't get any waves that develop. So the dust, it doesn't really affect early season stuff at all, bottom line. So Bermuda grass, is that what it's called, Stephanie? It's a party. Not much of a party, but what's up, Richard? How you been up there in Panhandle, man? All right, so there you go. So these are 4 maps I posted earlier today, basically showing you the same thing. So you got the Euro on the top left, GFS top right, and you got the NOAA, their WPC, that's pretty much official, their forecast, and then you have the blended models. So what you're seeing is Interstate 4 area, south, lots of rain. Now the GFS, a little bit more to the north here on the top right. Now this is rainfall through Friday. It's not going to all come at once. And storms seem like they're going to be really hit or miss with this stuff. Nothing like seriously organized, because it's going to be, cooled down atmosphere rounds of rains. The heavy stuff starts tomorrow. I'm going to show you that. But the reason I like the Euro and the GFS on these particular little rain events is because they show pockets of rain. When you get an official forecast map, you get more of a blended colored map of like ranges with rain. So the Euro and the GFS offer ideas that we can see pockets of rains. And all it's really showing you is that even though the official rain map might not say it, we could still see some pretty good little chunks of areas that get a lot. Nobody has any idea who's going to get these little guys. But the idea is there. Like there's this one little patch here of the GFS showing 17 inches of rain. Euro's showing a patch of 14 inches of rain. Even the NOAA map showing a patch of 16 inches of rain, and the highest NOAA blend is 14. So that's still a lot of rain. Now, again, the only positive is this isn't all at one time. Remember, Fort Lauderdale last year had 25 inches in 24 hours. That can't drain. So I don't think we're going to see like widespread flooding with this, but we will see pockets of areas that get a lot of rain. And who knows, man, but we're not used to seeing these type of rain maps. I mean, I know people are like, it's Florida, it's summer, why are you hyping rain? Well, because we don't usually get this much rain in 4 or 5 days. We don't normally get purple on the out coverage maps. And I keep expecting this thing to get bust, like a bust. I'm like, it's going to come down, right? No, man, this thing has been showing for a week plus. And now we're within a couple day window. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to see, honestly. I don't know if we're going to see flooding. I don't know if we're going to see just a gradual, steady rain that won't even appear like much. But 2 feet, 14, not 2 feet, but a foot plus of rain is a lot. And so we got to watch these fine-tuning these maps. And if they keep showing these pockets, somebody's going to get something. So I guess the biggest outlier, last week the Euro, I kept highlighting the Euro was so different than everybody else. Well, usually you take a blend of models, and the Euro was wrong. A rare wrong moment. The Euro was showing heavy in the upper panhandle. Look at it now. It had like very zippo. The only rain you all are going to get is probably from this front line today. So doesn't mean next week, though. We're going to talk about next week at the end of my little daily brew show. But that's interesting. So we'll see how far north it goes. I got a couple of more models to show you. And then we'll keep talking. Yeah, St. Augustine is terrible grass. I don't know. He gets a lot of weeds in it. I don't know. Good morning, Miss Valerie Bauer. Good morning. Keys are going to be bad. Jackson, Jackson Heath. When's the weather going to improve? Well, Lake right now, it's good. Weather's good. Clear water. It's by this weekend, we might start seeing things lighten up. But I'm not saying, I think Saturday's still going to have a pretty decent rainfall chance. This is still going to be a big plume of moisture coming up. So, sharks and alligators living together. Oh, man. Hey, we got over almost 50 plus in the Brew Crew. Remember, Brew Crew, if you haven't got switched over yet, Shelly sent out the invites to our own personal social media channel over there. And if you're interested in subscribing, read all about it right here to become a MWP subscriber. We have a brand new page, MWPcrew.com. Or MWPchat.com, but it's for our Brew Crew. MWPchat.com. Home of the Brew Crew, which we've had for years. We just now have it on a platform for everybody. Not everybody's on Facebook. All right, so let's talk about these timing of these rains. This is what it looks like right now. This is incredible. This is water vapor, precipitable. Everybody say it with me. Precipitable water. Precipitable. That's one of those words that you say it over and over and over again, and it starts to like blend together. Precipitable. Fascinating. Let me really super duper zoom it. Let me get in here. There we go. All right. So this is what it looks like, man. It's crazy, right? Look at this. This is all the moisture in the atmosphere right now. Let me get it really front and center. It's incredible, right? Look at that. Red is moisture in the air. Now, look at this Pacific. This is that Central American gyre, they call it. You can see the rotation, right? We've talked about it a week or so back. General low pressure spinning area across Central America. And look, we got moisture coming in from the west, and then we got the moisture here coming in from the east. And all this, there's a tropical wave right now. This is coming across. You can see that tropical wave on the map here. Currently, right here, there's three of them actually. 1, 2, 3. But this is all going to get pulled up into this gyre and get moisture. So all this is going to get pumped into Florida. There's a frontal line coming down. It's going to pick it up. Almost what you see with hurricanes, like frontal lines pick up hurricanes. This is not a hurricane, but it's going to allow this moisture to lift and come around. End of the week, I'm going to talk about it here at the end, but some of this leftover front might spark a little tropical something here in the upper to western Gulf. That's still possibly on tap. We'll see about that. So here's your flood maps. This is nothing too breaking news except 4 days of slight flooding chances, yellow. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's 4 days. 4 days of rains. That's, we'll see if they bump it up to red maybe tomorrow. I'm thinking they might red tomorrow for the southwest Florida region. We'll see if that flooding, because it looks like the big surge starts tomorrow for down there, Tuesday. All right, there's that. Let me show you the new Spire weather model that I have exclusive access to. This is not even public yet, but they were so kind to have me one of the testers of this thing. So thank you, Mr. James Van Fleet. This goes out 6 days. This is like the HRRR, but it's a 6-day model map. So they're gonna revolutionize the mesoscale high-res modeling with a 6-day outlook rather than 2-day outlook that the HRR has. What's up there, Raymond from Barbados? How about that? We're going to talk about the Caribbean here in a little bit. Not a lot of lightning, Amanda Taylor. Nope. Just storms. Maybe random storms. Not a lot. Keith, I think you're just going to see a lot of rain. But I'm going to show you this right here with the Spire model. So we're going to talk about the timing. This thing. Let me go to the official timing map to show you the rains, and then we're going to get into the Spire map here. Let me show you this real quick as I have it open. This is another look at the precipitable water map, and this is the reds and the purples. This is the moisture, and this is the euro. And you can just see by tomorrow morning, it starts to really come in. This is basically atmospheric water that could be tapped into. But there's that big heavy red or purple. We usually don't get this purple very often. That just means there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere that's fixing to fall. So that comes in tomorrow morning. So there's that heavy. I bet you we go to red flooding risk possible. But that's tomorrow morning. And you can just see this thing lasting through Wednesday morning. This Wednesday morning. They're saying Tuesday to Thursday the heaviest. And this is Thursday morning. And then Friday morning. So we can still see some Friday morning. This is 4 days. Then it starts to lighten up a little bit. Here's Saturday morning. Not a lot, but a little. You can see that throughout the day on Saturday. This is just moisture in the air. But this is the area I want to talk about. This is what I've been talking about a lot. Is the old frontal lines sometimes spin off tropical lows. There's a lot of wind shear right now. Throughout the week, the wind shear usually starts to weaken with old fronts. So we'll see if there's a window of opportunity for next week. Now look at this moisture. This is Sunday night. So wherever this blob ends up going, there's going to be heavy rain. And it's been showing up. That's why if you've been following my post, Upper Western Gulf. I must have typed this a million times. So it just builds consistency that this is still a possibility. This tail of this front's going to back up and lift, and there's a lot more moisture out there. This is Monday morning, and we can see it really good. I mean, if that happens, purple, That's some serious possibilities of rain. Texas, Louisiana right there. So just keep that in mind. Not sure who's going to get it, what. Now, there's also some signs of some tropics down here in the BOC. We're going to get into that here at the end. But I just wanted to show this precipitable water map. Let's look at the timing of the rains. Let's go talk about that here. 24-hour rains for Florida. This is kind of shows you the 24-hour windows of what to expect. So this is Monday to Tuesday right here. This is through tomorrow morning. So you can start to see that we're starting to get some heavy rains later this afternoon or overnight into tomorrow morning. That's pretty much where it starts. And then throughout the day tomorrow, there's some big pockets of rain. This is tomorrow's rains into Tuesday morning. Big time. Then we get into Monday night into Tuesday, and it just continues. Now these rain maps are going to adjust to the next 24 hours of rain. So I like these maps because it doesn't accumulate the rain. It actually shows you from that point 24 hours in advance, and then when you go 6 more hours up, it's 24 hours from there. So it just kind of shows you the rains. This is Tuesday morning to Wednesday morning. You know, we got some heavy pockets down south, 6 inches. Now, if these types of rains set up somewhere, that could be an issue. We get 8-9 inches maybe in a pocket, that could be an issue. Tuesday afternoon to Wednesday afternoon, there you go. Here's Wednesday morning to Thursday morning. Get the idea. You know, an inch a day up around Tampa, inch or 2 a day. Here's Thursday to Friday morning, still 3 inches. So that, you know, Southwest Florida is obviously the ones that are going to get the brunt of it. Here's Friday to Saturday morning. And as you see here, as we get into Saturday into Sunday, it starts to lessen quite a bit. Here's Saturday night into Sunday night. So Sunday looks very dry if you need to pick a day on the weekend. A little bit of lingering rains on Saturday. But, you know, like, for example, where I live, you know, we might get an inch or 2 a day starting tomorrow. You know, this is an inch a day. You go to Wednesday, 1.6 inches. You know, and it's not going to be all at one time. It's going to be steady rounds of moisture coming up. So the big question mark I have is how far north is this Southwest Florida impact going to be? And this is going to be interesting because the GFS is definitely showing a higher pull northward with these big rains. A little bit more for Central Florida. Here's the new model I wanted to talk about. This is the new Spire weather 6-day high res. So this is through today. This is not much cooking. Here's these rains currently right now. Let's go back and show you that real quick because I talked about it. I kind of forgot to talk about it, but here's these rains that we had earlier. You can barely see them on radar right now, but they're coming in. James, yes, sir, I'm watching. If you're watching me now, we're definitely. So these rains are off the coast. This is already starting to show that change pattern with the winds pushing up. Current radar and the Spire model picked it up perfectly. This thing ran last night, so this is 10 a.m. today. You can already see did a really good job predicting this. These are rains throughout the day today, early afternoon. We could get some storms in the middle part of the state pushing off. So the flow pattern today obviously is different. It's from the west to the east. Now watch what happens tomorrow as we get into this evening. This is about 4 p.m. tonight, Monday night. We're starting to see more out there in that Gulf of Mexico. And as we get into the midnight hour, we can see some rains over Tampa tonight. But look at this big blob out here coming. Look at this. You can see it really starting to show. And here it comes. This is overnight tonight. So before daybreak tomorrow, we're going to start to see patches of heavy rain start rolling in. Look at all that juice coming up. This is tomorrow. So the reason I want to point the Spire out a little bit is it's a little tick to the north than the Euro. So we still got possibilities of some of this rain being a little bit more around I-4 area than some models are showing. So the same general area is there, but I got my eye on the fact that we could see some sneaky stuff tonight. This is still before day. This is 6 a.m. tomorrow. So, I mean, you might look outside right now and say, them weather people, they got no clue. I'm starting to wonder, too. I'm like, is it really going to rain? Because it doesn't look like it, but this is tonight, overnight tonight. But that's pretty awesome imagery right there, showing you 9 a.m. tomorrow. Let me change the base map so you can see a little better. Possibly. Let's see. Let's do the... I like the satellite one. The dark one seems like it's the best. So, maybe not even. We'll just stick with the light. Kind of shows you a little better, maybe. But this is tomorrow morning. We'll see. Heavy rains. Possible. Fort Myers, Sarasota. So tomorrow morning is going to be a lot. And then we get into throughout the day. So, like I said, there'll be periods of rain. This is noon tomorrow. A little break throughout the afternoon tomorrow. So Tampa could be nice tomorrow night. This is just one model of many. Keys are still getting wet. And then we get the next round the next day. Starting to show up on Tuesday or Wednesday now. There's some more rain popping in. If you're in the Bahamas, unfortunately tomorrow and into Wednesday is going to be pretty wet over there. This is Wednesday. There's more heavy rain setting up for the south. Fort Lauderdale, Naples area. And then another batch comes up on Thursday. You can see more down here brewing. So, it's just constant. Here's another. This is Thursday. So, it's not all at once. It's going to be periods of rain. There'll be little, few hour breaks, it looks like. And the majority of it is, Interstate 4-ish south. Storms don't seem to be an issue. We'll look at the old Windy app here and take a look at thunderstorm potential. And hit the old button here for thunderstorms. And see if we got any overnight tonight. So the big stuff starts to come in tonight. This is tonight. Well, we're going to have some thunderstorms. We know that. The middle state today is still going to have some thunderstorms. Here's that pocket, too, by the way, for this afternoon in Georgia and South Carolina. This is what they're saying. We could have some strong storms this evening to watch out for. But tomorrow morning, there could be some thunder with these things. This is 4 a.m. We could have some thunderstorms. This is tomorrow, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. So the Spire model we just saw in the Euro is definitely showing Tampa Bay, middle Florida, with some storms tomorrow morning before daybreak into 8 a.m. So this could be interesting. So much focus is on South Florida. I think Tampa is going to be in Pinellas County area. There's a lot of lightning right here showing up tomorrow morning for thunderstorms. Heavy rain in the morning. This is rain, thunderstorms. Interesting. This is tomorrow. Wow. Tell you. Might be sneaky. And then the Euro just kind of does the same thing throughout the day. This is tomorrow, 1 p.m. And then we get overnight Wednesday. Then it's really isolated after that. Here's Wednesday morning. Well, it's pretty hefty rains Wednesday morning. Same as Aspire. Who's this guy? Somebody wants me to do a radio show. I thought 8 minutes call in tomorrow. Yeah. Sure. I'd be the Pinellas County EOC today. I'm pretty excited about. I got a big meeting with a bunch of folks from Pinellas County. They're giving me a tour of EOC operations and how we're going to collab this year a little bit. It's going to be kind of cool to work with my county here, and we're gonna be able to use my platforms to help better message folks if needed. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll share anything on that tomorrow if I have any cool pictures to show. All right, so there you go. This is tomorrow, Wednesday at 10 a.m. So there's your heavy. I mean, this is pretty much on tap here throughout the day on Wednesday. Old frontal line stalls out. Here's Thursday, 3 a.m. I mean, big rain tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This is as they're calling for. Here's Thursday night, and it looks like there's Friday morning. Could be some more hanging out Friday morning, Friday afternoon. Maybe back to normal stuff again. Definitely got more of a. There's Saturday 10 a.m. So it's definitely losing a lot of punch. There's Saturday at 9 p.m. So things are definitely looking a lot better for the weekend. Sunday being really nice for most. Here's Sunday. That's just the Euro, but we saw the same thing with other models too. So Sunday looks great. Maybe a little isolated here and there. So, yeah, not too bad. All right, let's look at tropical tidbits real quick. Since we got a lot of folks everywhere watching, let's go take a look at the Euro. And just kind of show you the rainfall maps. We know it's coming into Florida. Here's tomorrow morning. I'm going to make it really super duper fast. This is tropicaltidbits.com, but just focus right here. You can see that frontal line is just lingering. Doesn't move much. See that? It's just there pumping up all this moisture. And that's the story for the week. Now, tropics down the road. Let's look at 24-hour maps for anybody. See if Belize gets a little bit on Thursday and Friday. Jamaica, not much. Caribbean, pretty dry. There is a wave coming for you guys next week. But Caribbean's dry right now. We got a big plume of African dust over top of you right now, so that's helping keep things dry down there. I think there's a dust map. There it is right here. Bet you didn't know that. Our Null School map has a Saharan dust map. So this is all particles in the air. This is helping dry things out through the Caribbean. So that's why things are nice in Barbados and the Virgin Islands right now. We don't have a lot of moisture. But on the way we do. All right. So there's that. Let's take a look at down the road. All right. So these Central American gyres are tricky. So you can see this weekend, all right, still have Pacific juice. We've talked about crossovers in the past. You can see another plume of heavy moisture going to the upper Gulf Coast. This has been something to watch depending on where it actually goes. Here's the GFS. This is Sunday, but see that plume going north? This is in early next week. So whatever's left over from that front gets pulled northward around that, or strong high pressure that's now building over Florida. And this could be heavy rain. This could be Monday into Tuesday. If that, that's the GFS. Here's the Euro showing a little bit more middle to Western Gulf. Right there. So somebody somewhere is going to get the leftovers of this front as it pulls north. And that's kind of going to be the next story because that could be a lot of rain. This is big area here. But, there's a lot. So there's talk about trends are your friends. So here's yesterday's 12Z for Tuesday. You can see it went a little bit more to the north with that leftover plume kind of making its way across the upper Gulf Coast. So, generally upper Gulf, Western Gulf could have some sneaky rains the early part of next week. That's the next thing on tap. Even the Canadian kind of showing a little low pressure moving on up. This is next Monday, this week from today. The latest Euro actually shows a low pressure down in the actual Gulf trying to get going. Here it is. You can see that low pressure kind of getting going. So this general area right here, interestingly enough, is kind of still a hot spot. And actually shows a little development right there. Now, it doesn't go anywhere. It just kind of hangs out in the BOC. And that's definitely crossover. But this whole general area we've been watching for a week now. And definitely the Euro's starting to show a little development. Now it kind of spins it down there, hangs out a little bit. Got a little low here coming across. Interesting. But this is the spot. We'll keep an eye on it. Yesterday's 12Z. Very broad low, but enough. 1001. GFS showing a little bit. Here's that crossover over the weekend. A little bit of juice here combining with it, who knows, and it kind of pulls it up. And last night 00Z kind of shows the same thing, little juice. This is Sunday, Monday next week going up. So everything's kind of the same. There's a leftover low Saturday. Kind of builds it and goes north a little bit. A little bit of crossover down here. So no high confidence, but very similar patterns here going into next week. Leftover low, a little bit of Pacific crossover from that Central American gyre. And going back to this weather pattern here with the precipitable water map, you can see the flow and why it could possibly be coming across. This is the lower level moisture in the atmosphere, and you can see this general flow this week. This is current, but this, some of this stuff could find a way to get lifted up to the Gulf of Mexico. Canadian model showed kind of similar. There's that little low Monday, a little bit of crossover down here. You can see that. See. So yeah, there's just a lot of things happening. Here's 1001. This is next Wednesday. So Canadian's been a very stable model over the years with patterns, but you can see the GFS next Wednesday, or the Euro next Wednesday. Oh, and here's the Euro next Wednesday, and then here's the Canadian next Wednesday. Icon doesn't really go out that far yet, but you can see the crossover happening right here. So there we are, getting a little crossover action on all the models. Crossover. The Pacific. So, anyway. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting couple days. But anyway, what could we talk about? Turks and Caicos next week, Nancy. There does look like. I don't think you're going to get anything too out of the ordinary down there. Got a little interesting feature there, but I don't know what that is actually. But yeah, I don't think you got anything too dramatic happening down there, the Turks and Caicos. Middle of next week, maybe some rains coming across, but too far out to be certain. I don't see anything too organized. Definitely got consistency on that same leftover juice early next week to watch. So, anyway, there's a lot of rain coming. Who's going to get what? No one knows. That's for sure. Jeff, you're not going to get a lot of rain up there, buddy. Sorry. St. James, Pine Island, get some rain now. Yeah, we have some sneaky little rains coming in right now currently. This is that flow pattern. It's changing. We got a shift in the winds, and it's pulling up through the Gulf of Mexico right now. Let me pull up some cool high-res radar here. I think this is the one. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. Well, it does the same thing. I like this one here. Data viewer is a good one. Oh, this is a good National Weather Service radar map when it opens. Dustin, next week? Well, Kelly, it all depends. Early week, we could see some Gulf moisture heading that direction, or it could end up being just to your west. So that's something to keep an eye on early week next week. All right, here we go. Here's the radar. Let's click on radar, zoom in. There you go. Pine Island, you're right. It really wasn't the one I wanted to load, but it's good enough. But sneaky little rains have been popping in all day. We had some storms down in the Tampa Bay earlier today. But these little guys are all moving northeast. You can see here the flow. Let's see the last 20 minutes. As this loads, everything's going northeast. Clearwater next week. Everybody wants to know. Well, don't know everywhere. Tropics are quiet officially. Good news for that. I guess the only two things that are questionable in my mind is how far north. I think Pinellas County, Tampa Bay area, my area is going to get a surprise overnight and definitely be waking up to some heavy rains, possible storms tomorrow morning. That is something that I haven't seen forecasted. And watching tropics next week. We got a surge of moisture coming up from the Gulf early week, and it's pulling Pacific action up with it. So, kind of nothing imminent to worry about, but just seeing that pattern continue. We got ensembles. I haven't shown you the latest ensembles yet, but ensembles kind of paint a picture too on all the possibilities. But you can see here we have a lot of ensembles showing activity down here. Most of the Euros are keeping it kind of the south, but you caution that too far out. You just know that this area is kind of a hot spot. Leftover flow, pulling up some Pacific juice. GFS ensembles are kind of similar. 10 days out, there's a lot of activity down here. And it all starts pretty much this weekend. And there's a whole bunch of spaghetti. Shear next week. This is why it could develop into something. So here's Wednesday shear, for example. Brighter the colors, the stronger the winds above. Strong shear pretty much prevents anything from organizing as far as nice, tight little low pressures go. We get a lot of wind shear towards Florida. So that's why any juice down there, it's coming in, winds from the west are going to push it into Florida. That's why we got all this moisture heading this way. This is Thursday's wind shear, pretty strong wind shear. But then as we go into time, there's Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Now, you can kind of see a little bit of they call that an anticyclone, high pressure setting up. Sometimes this wind shear coming down from the north can limit tropical development too. But there could be a little window here early next week as wind shear lightens up. And here's next, Wednesday, Thursday next week. So. And the flow has it kind of going to the west a little bit. So I would keep your mind, Upper Gulf, Texas, you're next. Either with rain or more. But nothing to worry about. There's nothing. But as you know, if you're new to the page, I love to look long range. And we like to look at weather patterns setting up. And sometimes they're right. And sometimes they're wrong. But the weather patterns are usually never wrong. It just gives people with the mindset of, and the water temperatures will cool down. Rains will help cool the water temperatures down temporarily. That water below the surface is still hot. So you'll see a drop in 7-day water anomalies, but then you'll also see it come back pretty quick. So, but that's good news. You want periods of rain to kind of slow down that water temperature from. So, Chris, I think Wednesday might be your heaviest. I If I had to guess, I'd say Wednesday was the heaviest for Naples. I think West Central Florida might be in for a surprise tomorrow morning. So we'll see. I'll do a couple posts on that here in a little bit. So, but we'll be live tomorrow. Yes, we will. And we'll be live Wednesday and Thursday. And it is pre-recorded. So you can go back and watch it. But 9:19 Eastern. For sure. So that's about it. What else did we talk about? Yes, I do agree, Lake Meadow. Correct. I do believe it. I do believe Sunday is very dry for most. So if you're looking for a nice day, the pattern is is Sunday. And that's been really consistent. Man, look at these 7-day rain forecasts. So you rarely see yellow. Yellow is 15 inches plus. This is official. This is your official rainfall prediction for the next 7 days. Now we're starting to see upper panhandle and upper Gulf. This is that secondary surge getting close to Monday of next week. So I'd still keep my eye open upper Gulf region later in the week, and as this could lift up your way. See, this is day 1 to day 5. This is Monday through Saturday. Now watch the upper Gulf. So basically Sunday and Monday, they're starting to see that push to the north. But here's Sunday rains here. Oh, see, it's starting to show that little bubble to the north. This little guy be watched, though. It can either go here, here, or here. I'm not sold 100% because, but this blob of leftover frontal line rains is going to be late weekend, early next week for somebody along the upper Gulf, the western Gulf Coast. Then we'll see if there's anything left down there to get spinning up here in the BOC, crossing over from the Pacific, and it does happen this time of year a lot. Whether or not, what becomes of it, but there's your heavy rains tomorrow. I suspect we'll see the biggest flooding risks the next 2 days. But again, I think Tampa might get a little sneakier rain to the top. There's Friday rains. I don't know, man. Back to Naples question. It could be all 3 days. I mean, this is the official map. This is tomorrow. This is Wednesday. Thursday, maybe a little break, and then Friday it's back again. So maybe tomorrow and Wednesday. Oof. That's some heavy rain, man. 7-day rain outlook. Oof, man. The individual pockets, you can really zoom in on the Knoll School site here. So the GFS is ticked a little bit to the north, but the next 10 days, now it's back down again. There's 12 for Naples. This is, basically the whole event. Oh, that's the Euro. Never mind. The GFS is still to the north. But see, this is the GFS teasing, along with the Spire model that we showed, that we could still see a little more to the north than what's officially projected. So the GFS showing 14 inches in Sarasota, 10 inches in Tampa, 9 for Lakeland. Euro is a little to the south. So big difference in that. Now look at the 10 days. See where the Euro is going with the secondary blob? This is 8 inches for Houston. Go to the GFS, and it's going to put this secondary blob here. This is that leftover front that's actually going to get pushed back up late weekend, early next weekend. So we have 2 blobs of where is it going to go? Is it going to go here, or is it going to go here? And you can see that probably with the surface charts. I'm going to assume, I haven't looked at them yet, but there's your old lingering leftover frontal line. And it actually shows a low down here too. Just kind of hanging out. Warm front. Sometimes those could be stormy. Might need to watch that, possibly, for next week maybe. storm. Jumping ahead of myself. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do now. You have a t-shirt idea, Michael Stephen. What would that be? Uh-oh. I like it. A hammock. We had a hammock shirt. I thought we did. I kind of got addicted to my chat GT. What do they call it? The app, the chat one. I love making images now. Chat GTP or something like that. What the hell is it called? Chat bot. You can create images. Craziest thing ever. Anyway. All right, cool. We've been about an hour. Appreciate it. We'll be live tomorrow. We got a lot to watch. The heavy rain started overnight tonight. I'm going to do a little 90-second reel here in a little bit. We always end the show with a shout out. Let's go to our good buddies. So we had a lot of people asking about the Furman discount. When you click on the discount right here, it's automatically applied. 30% off, free shipping. So all you do is click on the 30% off, and guess what? When you go to checkout, it's already got 30% off and free shipping. Cannot beat that. So there's our great buddies there from Furman Power Equipment. They even have refurbished specials that you will not believe how cheap they are. But give them a check out and a try. They have 24-hour support with real people. Not AI. Real people. Rare to find real people. But we love the support they do for us and all the storm industry. We'll be doing stuff together with their FAST team. They go right in after a storm and help support areas that were hit with storms with generators, and they don't care whose it is. Their FAST team, they have a couple vans now and trailers, and we did the initial stages of their FAST team was during Ian, and now they've expanded quite a bit. So good props for them for helping folks when they need it the most, especially after a storm. Helping with generators and getting people's stuff running with cords and whatever else. They actually drive through neighborhoods and help people that need help with getting their generators running. So it's pretty cool. Cool company, and they like to go to ABC. All right, well, I'm going to sign off. We're going to keep the MBW chat going for a little bit. We'll see you guys and gals tomorrow. We pretty much... Hey, Bobby, what's up? Cat adjusters are big in the industry for sure. Victoria's Secret t-shirt. V-neck. We do have V-necks, I thought. No tax right now in Florida, Craig. Yeah, I forgot. So going back to my boys at Furman, you can go to get them at Lowe's and Costco if you are local and want to get an amazing deal with no taxes. Water temperatures, Mark. Good question. I mean, it's been a continuation through the wintertime. Water temperatures in January, February never really came down, so they just stayed up. We didn't have a lot of wind for upwelling. We had some high pressures develop, which kind of relaxes the upwelling with the winds, and upwelling, strong winds, trade winds help brings up water temps, lots of rain, but all of that didn't happen, and water temperatures just stayed warm. And I posted something back in February. The water temperatures were like where they normally are in July. And the water curves has just been maintaining that. So it's just been a continuation. Brian McNulty here. If you go to McNulty's site right here, McNulty, go to products and you can go to Ocean Content. And this pretty much shows you anomalies here, and where we're at now, June the 10th, this secondary line is where 2023 was. Blue is where it was for 13 to 23, or 2023 average over those 10 years. So the 10-year average from 13 to 23 is blue. Last year was hot. This year is really hot. So, they just never came down, but they stayed that same distance, basically. So, don't really know otherwise, other than they just never cooled down. I know there's been a lot of hype about the water temperatures, but until we see the storms and stuff, this is the area that I'll be most curious about. The Western Caribbean here. Western Caribbean waters, mainly all the Caribbean waters, where they're at now is typically where they are in September. And this Gulf of Mexico waters here are where they normally are in July. So, and this is ocean heat content. This is the water below the surface. So, surface water is tricky. We're going to see cool downs. You'll see spikes and cool downs and sea surface temperature anomalies, but that site measures the ocean heat content below the surface. And this is on 122. What's up with that? What's going on here? Oh, there's a new page. I clicked the wrong link. I got to fix that. Darn it. Ugh. Anyway, got to fix my link. Somebody sent me that email, and I totally missed updating the page. I got the right graphic. Anyway, sea surface temperature is different than this ocean heat content. This ocean heat content is how hot the water is below the surface. So there's your current map. And it really didn't cool off much from January. So I need to fix all these graphics. Darn it. I thought I had that done. I guess I didn't. More stuff to do. Anyway. All right. Well, we rambled on for an hour. We will see you all on Tuesday for tomorrow. And hope you enjoyed watching. We really appreciate it. And we're going to keep chatting over on the Brew Crew here. So if any Brew Crewers have any questions, we'll be hanging out there for a few minutes. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow, 9:19. I still got coffee left. I need it bad.